this featherweight Grand Prix?
Well, it's you take it fight by fight. Obviously AJ is the next guy in line. Um, the way I performed my last fight, I don't see anything shorter than that one. I think I'm gonna go out there and have my way with AJ. Um, he's a great competitor. He's an up and comer, but I think I just got the tools to beat him.
All right. We look forward to finding out Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Donna, go ahead.
Hey, Darrion, how's it going?
What's up, D?
Not, not too much. You and AJ back at the press conference back in March, back when there was no COVID-19, all the gyms were open, and you were set to fight. You had a little bit of a fracas at that press conference. How's the relationship now between you guys? I mean, have you seen him at the hotel or anything like that?
Yeah, again, this is business, So anytime someone's in a way of your business, you either got to do something about it or you just make that thing non-existent. And so for me, he's been non-existent in the last 8 months to me, outside of just another number that I got to knock down.
In this featherweight Grand Prix, there are a lot of people who have jumped around divisions. Of course, Patricio Pitbull just fought last week. He's going to be a potential finalist opponent for you, and he is going to have to. So let's say he were to fight you in the final, he would have to then his next fight, win or lose, would have to be at lightweight because he's got another title there. Are you completely finished with fighting at bantamweight at this point, or do you think you have another run to the title there?
I mean, I've been saying this for years, and I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm the bantamweight king, okay? And when I get back down there, it's on and popping when I get back down to bantamweight.
What do you think of the current champion Juan Archuleta?
Juan's great. He's a great fighter. He's been a champion in pretty much every organization he's fought in. So for me to have a guy like that, because when I was coming up in the rankings, to be honest, it wasn't a lot to turn to. I mean, we had Joe Warren, who he's done a lot, but when you just match us up, it's just not a fair fight. But it wasn't much to base me off. So we brought in Horiguchi. Horiguchi had a great 2 nights. Kind of put me to the back of the line, and then Archuleta steps up. He gets the title. But to have guys like Archuleta, Horiguchi, Sergio Pettis in the weight class at 35, it just makes it more fun, makes it more realistic for me when I'm talking best bantamweight in the world.
Who do you think is going to be facing you in the final? Is it going to be Emmanuel Sanchez or is it going to be Patricio Pitbull?
I just want to see the Pitbull.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
All right, we'll go back to Santiago here. Santiago, your line is now live.
Hi, Darrion. Greetings from Amsterdam. Who is
Sam?
going to be in your corner?
Jacob Benny. He's been my head coach pretty much throughout my whole career. I also added Coach Sam. He's one of my striking coaches, and Bobby Green will be there as well.
Thank you. Good luck on fight night, sir.
Thanks.
Jay Anderson, go ahead.
Thanks very much. Darrion, welcome back, man. You started your own career 9-0, so I mean, you know what it's like to be an undefeated fighter like AJ. You also know what it takes to come back from defeat. Is there something in the losses in that experience that gives you the edge over AJ, given he hasn't had to go through that adversity?
Yeah, I think adversity definitely can make or break you, And for me, I've been through adversity throughout my whole life, You look at the media today, the way you just look at the way things go. It's a lot of black on black crime, right? And so, first, I'm here to say this is the only place that should be black on black crime is in the cage. You gotta beef, you got a difference with your own people, your own kind. Settle it the right way. Like there's plenty of ways to do it, but adversity just comes by nature. I was born to lose, built to win. And so it's just nothing. It's everything normal.
Well said. And I want to ask you about something he said earlier. He said, you're going to shoot. He's got elbows, and he feels his jiu-jitsu is going to be there. He feels that might be overlooked. You're an NCAA wrestler. Do you think he's maybe taking your wrestling lightly?
Yeah, I think he's super confident because he's undefeated, you know, but he hadn't felt my pressure. He hadn't felt, you know, the way I move. The way I put pieces together in a split second is just not like anybody else. So I think once he feels that, he's gonna have a different thought. He's gonna
All
have
right.
to keep it to where he's best at, you know.
Looking forward to it. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Giancarlo?
Hi, Darren. Hope you're doing well. Coming into this fight now with AJ McKee, he hasn't really had too many flaws exposed in his fights. Who have you worked close with in your camp to lead up to this and make sure you're the most prepared for it?
You know, we just take this camp just like any other camp. It's no different from me fighting Adam, me fighting Heron Corrales, you know, me fighting Haraguchi. You know, we just take these fights and build off what I'm good at. We look at some tendencies. We know that, you know, he's fought guys that weren't like me. They don't move like I move. So really just focusing on myself and focusing on adding to my game.
And final one for me, looking around the landscape of MMA, you're competing in featherweight and bantamweight too. Do you think both those divisions in Bellator get the credit and respect they deserve from others who just watch UFC?
I do. I don't think the rankings make any sense. You know, it's bullshit in terms of, you know, the UFC guys get automatic top whatever spots, but I know I done train with the best UFC guys, and I know damn well I'll go in there and smash these guys just like I do here in Bellator. So it's just I don't know. For me, it's about the money, man. I'm in this for, you know, to be able to support myself. I got a lot of people I got to feed, and so Bellator takes real good care of me. You know, I could fight at 45. I could fight at 35. Like King Mo used to say, I'm a money weight. You know, money weight is me.
All right, we'll take one or two more. Steven?
Hey, Darrion. You mentioned when you want to meet Pitbull in the finals. You had a confrontation backstage with him this past October, I should say. It seems like there's some animosity there. Can you sort of explain what's behind that?
Well, I guess I think it's been way before the March episode. I think it started the night I beat up on his little brother, his little cousin, Leandro Higo. When I took Leandro out, you know, he had a bitter taste in his mouth. And it seems like whenever the pit bulls lose to one guy, everybody wants to fight him. You know, so that's kind of what happened. You know, I beat up the little brother or the little cousin, and the older cousin wants to fight or talk shit. So for me, you know, you talk shit, we're gonna fight, you know. And then even after we had got into it, you know, the older pit bull expressed how he felt, you know, and so he can get it too.
And how do you think a fight with Patricio would play out?
I'm too long and rangy for Pitbull.
So you basically keep him at range, or would you use your wrestling?
I keep him at range. You know, I can do what I want with him. You know, if I use my wrestling, it's gonna be a real short night for him. But I think I could beat Pitbull anywhere. Honestly, I'm too.
What did you think of his? Sorry, go ahead.
We're good. I'm too fast, too long for the Pitbull.
What did you think of his fight with Pedro Carvalho?
I thought his fight went just like I thought it would go. You know, he's a powerful guy. You know, Pedro stands right in front of you, stands straight up, and it kind of went just like I thought it would.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Last one, Matthew.
Hey, Darren. Matthew Allen of Fight Night Picks. In your last performance against Adam Boric, you had the chance to take an O from an undefeated fighter, and you're faced with a very similar opportunity this Thursday. Does that add any extra motivation going into this fight, that not only if you win, you make it to the finals of the featherweight tournament, but you also get to take and give AJ McKee his first loss?
Absolutely. I like to be the guy to put a little damper on people's plans. You know, I'm the guy that fights all the fights that nobody wants to fight, you know, and not only fight those fights, but come out victorious.
And last thing from me, AJ had said that he's quite excited to fight without a crowd there because he'll be able to hear your corner, he'll be able to hear his own corner, the instructions will be a lot more clear. What are your thoughts going into this without having a crowd present?
It's just like a normal day in practice, you know. It works for him, it works for me, and I think we'll all be happy that there's no crowd there.
All right, Darrion, thank you very much for the time today and good luck the rest of the week.
Thank you, guys.